A useful addition to put onto an Ocho is a Planeo. So what's a Planeo? Well, a Planeo is where you extend the leg as you are turning and create this big sweeping movement. Now in an Ocho it would look a little bit like this. So we will start out with the Ocho, and then we get the Planeo. You get this little sweep around. Yeah? This is something that's led. It's not a follower decoration. Followers sometimes add them in, but it can cause a little confusion. It is actually a led move. So how do we lead it? We're not going to go into the Ocho because we did the Ocho in a previous video, so watch that one if you're unsure of the Ocho. Side step, it comes from a front or forward Ocho. I'm going to lead the first bit there. I'm going to lead the second bit there. And then as I lead forwards for the Ocho, I'm going to lead her down slightly, and that creates the sweep. So why does it create the sweep? Let's start a little bit further over there, I think. Why does it create the sweep? The sweep comes from the fact that the leg is extended and lowering the height of the follower, because we know that the free leg has to stay straight. Yeah, that causes it to stay extended for a little bit longer. So if I sweep there and down, it creates this extension. So how do I lead down? Well, for a start, it's not just from the arms. I can't just push her down with my arms. It comes from my core. So if I'm just leading a little bit down, it'll just come from a sort of sinking in the core like that. Whereas if I'm leading a big sweep like this, quite often you'll see me dip down on my standing leg. Follower technique. When you're doing the forward step in any Ocho, actually, not just the Planeo, but largely because this might happen, try and make sure to keep the front leg, when you land, a little bit soft. You don't have to bend all the way down, but just soften it enough that you can then react to a dip if there is one there. Because if the leg is straight, that feels really awkward, and the tendency for the followers to land and then end up going backwards off balance is high. So land and allow the leg to soften slightly as you land, and everything will be a lot easier. So as I lead her forwards, I go down and up. You must remember the up at the end to recollect, because if you don't, down, now what? Yeah, up. Try and make it all one seamless move. Down, around, up. Now timing matters in this move, as with a lot of the ones in tango. So, as I lead her forwards, I need to make sure that I start the down as I start to step. Because if I leave it too late and just let her step, then do the down, then do the pivot, she has no idea what's going on. It doesn't make any sense. So if I lead forwards and down at the same time, that gives her space to leave that leg extended out at the back, and then keep it extended during the pivot, and then back up. Followers, your axis is critical here. You must stay on balance, and leaders, you mustn't pull her off balance while you're doing this. You're pivoting, you're on one foot as always. This time your feet aren't together, but you're still pivoting on the forward, the front part of the foot, the ball of the foot. You're pivoting there somewhere, yeah? So, she leads forward, steps weight onto that part of the foot, pivoting starts, back up. Now you can do it in the other direction as well, but it's a little harder from this side because the open side of the embrace gives you a bit more flexibility, and the closed side of the embrace, it's a little bit tighter. So if I lead there. I can do exactly the same sort of thing, down and around and back up, but you will find it slightly more awkward. If you allow a lot of elasticity and expansion in this side of the hold, it will be easier. So if we're staying a bit tight together and then trying to do that, it's not going to work. Whereas if I allow her to expand right out, and then we do the pivot, that'll work a lot better. Very important with that you don't pull her off axis, and I said that a few minutes ago, but this bit it is very easy, particularly with that one, to pull her round, and that will throw her right off balance. So keep her and allow her to turn on axis. Yeah. It's also very important that you remember to lead with your chest, not with your arms, because particularly with the one that way, if I lead with my arms, who knows where she's going to end up. Whereas there, the chest creates the lead.